Welcome back, lovelies. Sorry it's been a hot minute since I have uploaded anything. I do apologize for that, but you know, life gets in the way. Been dealing with a sick dog. She's okay, but she's on medication she's on for her blastomycosis. We think was affecting her stomach. Either that or the dog cookies we got. So she's been sick for a few days, but all better now. So priority was dealing with that, and then work stuff. Real life tends to get in the way of YouTube. Okay, so let's get back to some news. I know it's been a little, it's been what, 5 days? I uploaded on Friday, so we got Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, 5. Okay, so it's been 5 days. Important things first. Coronavirus in Vermont. Let's take a look and scroll right down. Look at where we are. Health Department reported 62 new cases and 1 new death on Wednesday, February the 10th. Total cases in Vermont since the beginning of the pandemic now number 13,122. Total deaths number 187. There's a list of the counties, but I want to scroll back up and take a look at this rolling graph. COVID new cases per day rolling average. So if we take a look at December 6th, we were at 65, and then we go to January 11th, we were 174, the 14th 147, and then January 26th, we're at 76. February 1st, you're at 109. February 4th, 110. And then we had 128 on February the 6th. And then February the 9th, February 8th, we had 60. February the 9th, we had 62. So a huge drop in coronavirus cases. That's a great thing. And I don't know if it's because of the amount of testing going on. There was only 532 tests done in December. That was December 26th. So that's old. That's way old. But I like that positive cases all the way down to 62. So hopefully, I'm hoping we can turn the corner on this and get back to normal. Despite what is coming out of the current administration and Dr. Fauci, and I watched some news last night that said they're talking like fall or maybe winter before we can get back to normal. That'd be like 2 years, almost a 2-year kind of lockdown for this. And yeah, things just need to get back to normal. Open everything back up and just be better for the economy, better for everyone's mental health, all that good stuff. But what do I know? Because I'm just a guy reading some news to you. So this was Wednesday. We had that. 54 people were hospitalized with confirmed cases of COVID. 10 were in intensive care, and 4 more were hospitalized with a suspected case. So we still vaccinating those who are 75 and older can still register, and then there is a list of all the different testing sites. So hopefully we are maybe turned the corner on this. I know that they reopened high school winter sports have been reopened, and I'm sure there's some guidelines and some restrictions, but for the most part they've been reopened. That's a good thing. Okay, and now let's look at some weather. I think is right here. Yeah. So it's going to be cold. It's winter, it's Vermont, it's going to be cold. So today we're talking a high of 20. Overnight lows of 2 below 0. Friday we're talking a high of 12, overnight low of 4 below. Saturday 14 with an overnight low of 7. And then towards the end of next week we're talking 28, 30, 35, 26. So it looks like it's going to warm up a little bit, but we got a good 3-4 days worth of some really chilly weather. As a matter of fact, I know we got a wind chill advisory in effect for Caledonia County, Eastern Addison, Eastern Chittenden, Eastern Franklin, Rutland, Essex, Lamoille, Orange, Orleans, Washington, and Windsor, Vermont. Wind chill advisory in effect from midnight tonight to 10 a.m. tomorrow morning. Very cold wind chills expected. Wind chills as low as 30 below 0, and I will put the Celsius conversion right here. So it's going to be cold. Cold wind chills could cause frostbite on exposed skin in as little as 30 minutes. Yep. Cold temperatures will continue throughout the day Friday with sustained wind speeds of up to 10 miles an hour. No, it doesn't sound like it's a lot of wind, but when it gets that cold, it's cold. It is cold. Okay. So, and then came across this article. Burlington, Vermont, pushing to help reduce carbon emissions, but at what cost? So this was out of 7 Days Vermont, an article by Kevin McCallum. It said, should Burlington be allowed to impose carbon taxes on the owners of buildings heated with fossil fuels as a way to achieve the city's ambitious climate goals? Residents will weigh in on this town meeting day with a vote that could encourage communities around the state to pursue aggressive carbon emission reduction strategies of their own. It's been overshadowed by the elections, some other things with the election. So what do they want to do here? Let's scroll down. Let's get to the meat and potatoes. Let's see. Business-oriented organizations decry the prospect of fees or restrictions on new buildings that heat with fossil fuel. They say such a move would increase housing costs, require the use of less efficient electric heat sources, and run counter to the state's goal of encouraging city-centered development. So let's get down. Come on. They got any meat and potatoes on this? What does it want to do? Okay. I haven't read this article. I just I found it and then figured it'd be interesting to show you guys. And I'm trying to see what it is. All right. So the city of Burlington has one of the most aggressive carbon emission reduction goals in the nation. In 2016, it announced plans to become a net zero energy city powered exclusively by renewable power. In 2018, the Burlington Electric Department commissioned a study that concluded reaching that goal by 2030 would require a sweeping transformation of the city's energy use. 95% of buildings are heated by natural gas, and nearly all vehicles in Burlington run on gasoline. It recommended the city accelerate the transition to electric vehicles and energy-efficient buildings heated with electricity. It also called for expanding alternative transportation options and for capturing and reusing wasted heat from the city's wood-burning electric plant, a proposal that is in the works. So they want to... What would they do? So Burlington, they have the McNeil Generating Plant, which is a wood-burning electric plant. So it is a... do they consider wood burning to be a fossil fuel? Or just like natural gas, coal? I don't know. That's a good one. I don't know. Huh. I don't know if wood would be considered a fossil fuel. Oh, here's a little bit more. So critics of the ballot measure have other objections beyond its possible effect on housing costs. One is that it's self-serving for a city that owns its own electric utility to increase the demand for its product. Another is that much of the electricity produced by the Burlington Electric Department comes from an inherently inefficient power plant. The McNeil Generating Station burns wood chips by the train load, making it the single largest emitter of carbon in Vermont. And opponents argue that electric heating isn't all it's cracked up to be for colder climates. Modern heat pump technology cannot always handle Vermont's frigid winters and requires a fossil fuel backup in many cases, Davis, the chamber lobbyist, noted. Meanwhile, officials at Efficiency Vermont disagree. Heat pumps are like air conditioners, running in reverse, absorbing the heat that exists even in cold air and transferring it into a building. While they do lose efficiency at lower temperatures, many units now operate at minus 13 degrees Fahrenheit and lower, said Jake Marvin, HVAC program manager at Efficiency Vermont. But if you have an old home that's, so they want to reduce carbon emissions. They want to reduce or eliminate houses being heated via like natural gas, coal, and I'm just going to say wood. Burlington has a lot of rentals, a lot of renters and rental units. They're older homes. Landlords aren't going to really pay to upgrade and really make them energy efficient, because they're just at it to, they want that unit to make as much money for them as possible. So they're not going to put a lot of money into it. They are going to do the bare minimum. And I've been in some of those rental units, and there are some slumlords in Burlington. There are. So if they can't if they can't use off something like natural gas, that's maybe a little more cost efficient, a little bit of lower cost, and they got heat with electric, then you're going to drive the electric bill up for those renters who possibly can't afford it. So unless the city mandates or puts in money to help get the buildings a little more energy efficient, which would help reduce costs, that would then help reduce emissions, kind of like a big circle of energy, I don't know, just rambling here, just some guy rambling. So that's what Burlington wants to do. They're thinking about doing charging for and carbon tax on the owners of buildings heated with fossil fuel. Okay. Well, and then what else we got? Let's head up to Northeast Kingdom. We're going to Newport, Lake Memphremagog. Say it with me now, Memphremagog. Okay. CBP plans to build surveillance towers in Derby and North Troy. U.S. Customs and Border Protection plan to construct 2 new video surveillance towers 120 feet high along the U.S.-Canadian border in Derby and North Troy. Through the use of these towers, they say they will be able to survey rural areas and classify illegal entries without committing numerous agents and vehicles to perform the same functions. The proposed tower location in the town of Derby is listed as Laterno Fields, an open agricultural land. The property is zoned rural residential, and there is a residential single-family home, farming facilities, and storage structures situated approximately 1/2 mile away from the tower construction area. The proposed tower location site for North Troy is owned and operated by Amex discount tax and duty-free shops. Location surrounded by the Canadian border to the north, CBP owned land port of entry to the west, and an undeveloped residential property to the south and the east. Report says CBP Scroll down a little bit. Construction west of this. Federal agency filed a draft. The location of the sites was inserted into the U.S. Fish and Wildlife Information Planning and Conservation System. 2 mammal species were identified with potential for presence at the sites. So the North Troy one, determining the towers in the proposed location may affect the northern long-eared bat in Derby. Canada lynx was identified as having being around in that area. The report states that the biggest risk to human health and safety from the operation of the tower would be radio frequency and electromagnetic radiation exposure from surveillance towers. They dismiss it, saying no significant adverse impacts. Monopole structures, the platform at the top. 2 camera bundles, remotely controlled pan tilt unit, and with 2 cameras. And what else we got there? 30 to 45 days. Okay, so basically going to look at something that kind of looks like that picture right there. 2 of those. And that's that's a very rural area up there. Very rural. Lots of woods. Lots of woods up there. Okay. And I got a couple other things for... actually, I want to go up and see this if I can. We've got covered bridge caught on fire, collapsed in Troy. This was published on February the 6th. The road currently impassable due to a fire and collapse of the bridge into the river below. They're not sure. We're gonna have to build a replacement bridge. So I thought that was quite the dramatic photo there. And then a little more. We have Newport News. Snowmobile fire destroys a 111-year-old covered bridge in Troy. Authorities say snowmobile was the cause of a fire that destroyed a covered bridge in Troy this morning. This was published on February the 6th. At around 11 a.m., authorities were alerted to a snowmobile fire on the covered bridge on Igloo Road. Investigators say a group of snowmobilers had been traveling across the bridge when one of the sleds broke down. The operator noticed there was a fire coming from the right side of the snowmobile and attempted to put out the fire by throwing snow on it. The fire continued to grow out of control until it eventually caught the wood frame of the bridge on fire as well. The bridge burned to a point it collapsed into the Missisquoi River. The bridge, which was built in 1910, will have to be removed by heavy equipment and a temporary bridge set in place before the road can reopen. That's a shame. One of Vermont's beautiful covered bridges burnt. That's too bad. That is too bad. We do have in Vermont. We do have a lot of covered bridges. So if you like that, actually, I did the Gold Brook one, and I am going to link that right here. Visited Stowe and did Emily's Bridge. It's supposedly a haunted bridge. Did a tour of Cold Hollow Cider Mill. So yeah, just click the link that I just put up there. Click that link. Watch that video. You'll like it. Alright, and something a little more light-hearted. Williston Mom's Igloo, a colorful way to enjoy winter. So this is from WCAX, Channel 3 News. A Williston Mom's Igloo building project is a colorful way to enjoy winter. April Barton took 60 shoebox-sized tubs, filled them with water dyed with food coloring, and let them freeze through. She did that several times and then used the 180 blocks to build a colorful igloo in her family's yard. Barton got the idea from YouTube. Hey, there's some good stuff on YouTube. She says it took a while, but it was worth it when she crawled inside and saw how pretty it was in the sun. I was so surprised at how good it turned out. I just sort of did it on a whim and wasn't sure I was going to make it through the whole thing. And it was as good as I could have expected. It's just lovely, and I love being in it, she said. While some of the neighborhood kids have been invited over to play in it, it's really meant for her family to enjoy, so she's not looking for visitors. But she says it's something any family can do. April Barton is a member of the WCAX family. She is married to the general manager, Jay Barton. So I did disconnect my internet because it gets really slow when I'm filming my videos for you guys. So let me actually reconnect. See if we can't pull up a picture of what it looks like. Let's reload this. Yeah, look at that. That's kind of cool.
We're in Williston right now with April Barton. Thank you so much.
Now this is from WCAX Channel 3 News. Look at that igloo. That is cool as heck. Wonder if do they go inside? Well, let's see if we can't zoom this up. Did a time lapse. That's what the tubs all looked like. Let's go inside. Come on. Come on. Not sure how this is going to record, but hopefully you can get that. You see this time lapse? There we go. Look at that. Hey, now that is kind of cool. So hey, if you got snow and it's cold, well, why don't you go on YouTube, find how to build one of these, and build one with the kids. That's kind of cool. That is quite cool. Let's get a look at that inside again. Huh. Yeah, it is quite cool. Absolutely. Well, that's a good idea to do something in the winter. If it's cold, get outside, get some fresh air. Might as well do something. Okay, guys. Well, I guess I'm going to end it here. That's it for kind of the headlines in Vermont news. As always, I appreciate you guys watching, and until the next time. Possibly tomorrow. Depends what I've got going on. It's Friday. I don't know. Maybe I was a little too ambitious with trying to upload every single day. Maybe I'll do it once or twice a week. Kind of give you guys some of what goes on. Because, I mean, Vermont, small, quiet. Not a lot happens here. So, yeah. Drop me some comments down below. Let me know if there's anything you want to see. Woo! Pardon me. So, yeah. Drop me some comments. Let me know if there's anything you want to see, hear, do. Any questions you have, I will try and get those answered, and let me know, because I'm here for you guys. I'm here to kind of inform you guys, on what it's like living in Vermont, what's going on in Vermont, all that fun stuff. So hey, hit that like button. Don't forget to comment, subscribe if you haven't already, and for new subscribers, thank you for showing up, thank you for watching. I appreciate you all. Goodbye.